Hello, and yes, welcome back to another episode of Movie Bad Movie Talk. Um, First off, before we crack on, I want to apologize. I was meant to be here last Monday, and I literally had like the longest day ever at work. I got home from work just before 8, and so I was already late, and I thought, you know what, I'm knackered. I'm just gonna delay it a week, so the stream would be a bit more enthusiastic. But anyway, I was meant to have two people on last week. Unfortunately, one of them being the wonderful Jack from Bring Your Own Popcorn, couldn't make it this week. So apologies to everyone about that, and apologies to Jack. But I still have one of those two amazing guests here with me today, and it's someone who I've been meaning to get back on the channel for a long time because we used to do loads of streams back when he was doing YouTube. He doesn't do YouTube anymore, so it's been a while since I've had him on, but I'm really excited to have him back on and to catch up with him, and that is Mr. Alex Pitt.
Hello everyone. Good to be here.
Yes, thank you for being on again, mate. It has been a while.
I was thinking this earlier. It must have been like a year.
It's got to be close to it. Is it weird, like, being back on a stream? Because it's been a while since you've done one of these in general as well.
Kind of. Yeah, I did one a few weeks ago with Scott.
Oh, okay.
I was on his channel, but aside from that, because that's the only one that I've done in like a year, and
Yeah.
then obviously I'm here tonight, so it does feel weird being back in it, but it feels good. Ready to talk some movies.
Yes, exactly. Any eagerness to return to doing YouTube?
Yeah, I'll do it at some point. The thing
Yeah.
is, and I've told you this, on Messenger and that.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing YouTube, no matter what I'm doing on YouTube. But I want to do it at a point where I can actually commit to a certain number of videos a week, whether that's one or two or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just I have a very busy life at the moment, so that's not feasible at the moment. But hopefully one day.
No, of course, I completely get that, man. There's times where like, I go like nearly 2 weeks without making a video, and sometimes I do think to myself, "Oh, it'd be easier if I didn't think, oh, I need to do a video soon."
Yeah.
So I do get it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, when you've got that pressure on yourself.
Yeah. But either way, we all do look forward to you hopefully coming back, making videos.
Thank you.
But we got quite a few people here already. We've got 12. We've got the questions are starting to come in now, so we'll get started on them. And again, if we do end up brushing over some of the questions, guys, apologies. That's going to be because hopefully there'll be too many questions there. And if we don't catch up with them all, well, hey, that's just because we talk a lot. But anyway, first one up is from Marcus. He was here quite early, saying, "Hi guys, will you be getting the second sight edition of Stephen Graham's Boiling Point movie?" I think we're both fans of this movie. I think I remember seeing you quite liked it on Letterboxd.
Yes, I really like it. I think it's a really good film. I don't know if I'll get it physically. I really liked it, but I don't think that it's one that I'll return to much. I might watch it like once or twice more, but if I want to do that, it's just on Netflix. I don't think I'd rewatch it enough to have it physically, personally.
That's fair enough. That's sort of how my mindset is with buying films a lot nowadays as well. If it's on streaming, it comes down to rewatchability. Do I need to watch the film a lot? Unless it's Star Wars or Marvel, kind of have the collections going.
Oh yeah, of course. And it's not so much a price thing either. It's more nowadays. It's more of a space issue.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah. So I just buy films that that I really like, that I'll watch a lot, and especially if they're not available on streaming.
Yeah. Well, it's like I got this week. I posted on my Instagram. I got that beautiful Laurel and Hardy box set, and man, finding space for that thing was hard because that was a big box.
I can imagine. It looks good though. I've never seen any, but it looks good. The set.
It's honestly eBay. You can get it for like 20 quid. Would highly recommend. Fantastic set.
Nice.
Spain's Awesome Gaming is here. Winslow is here. Just Josh in. What do you think of the new Elemental trailer?
Yeah, that's the new Pixar trailer.
Oh, do you know what? I haven't actually seen it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not a full trailer. It's kind of a teaser. But yeah, it looks pretty good.
When did it come out? Was it Friday or was it over the weekend?
I think it was at some point last week. It's definitely less than a week.
Yeah, I'm guessing I was just busy at work and I just Because normally I watch trailers as soon as I see them. So obviously, I obviously saw that one, was doing something else, and then
Yeah.
have forgotten to go back to it. So
No, it's a good trailer. It looks quite good. I'm just
yeah,
hoping it's more. I don't know, because I know you're a fan of Turning Red, aren't you? But
I really like Turning Red.
I
Yeah.
think it's one of their. I think I've got it. I think I've only got 2 films below it on my Pixar
Oh
ranking,
really?
so I'm hoping it's, Elemental
Mm.
will be back to their usual form for me.
Yeah, I think Turning Red fell around the middle of my Pixar ranking. Don't get me wrong;
Mm.
it's not up there with their earlier films, but I quite enjoyed that one.
I know some people really like it, and some people Sean Chandler, I know, hates that film.
Yeah, I I remember his review coming up of it because he gets
Yeah,
to see things early, don't he, a lot of the
yeah.
time? And I was like, "Oh, no." And then I watched it and I was like, "Oh, well, maybe that's why I enjoyed it so much because I was expecting it to be bad because
Mm.
I'd heard his opinions."
He said, because I watch a lot of Sean stuff, but he said that he's only ever got, like, real hate for 2 of his film
Yeah.
opinions. One was Turning Red, and one
Mhm.
was Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because he hates that film as well.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's yeah, well, hey, each to their own, each to
Yeah,
their
of
own.
course.
Um, you guys getting anything in the Black Friday sales? HMV have some good deals on Criterion and Mubi, so I may grab a few things. Ooh, do
Mm.
you have your eyes on anything?
Not specifically. I'll have a look. I always have a look every year, and undoubtedly, I always end up getting things, but, I don't have my eye specifically set on anything.
No. Oh, fair enough. I haven't looked at the HMV stuff yet. I had a look on Amazon today, and honestly, films wise, I couldn't find anything. Um, had a look through the games as well, couldn't find anything there. But I did find, and I might pick it up. I found a sound bar on Amazon because I still need to get a sound
Nice.
bar for my room. So
Yeah. Yeah,
might try that.
sound bars are pretty good. They add
Yeah.
a lot to your sound. Yeah. I mean, I know in our little group chat, people were talking about some of the offers on games.
Mm.
Gotham Knights, which I don't,
But
but I
it
understand why that one's gone down. But some games like Sonic Frontiers, which came out recently, and The
yeah,
Quarry's gone down a lot. So I'll have a
yeah.
look.
I think I'd be tempted on the Sonic one if I hadn't just bought the new Pokemon game that come out.
Oh,
But
really?
so I feel like I better just stick to one at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Just booked to see Avatar. Did you know tickets were on sale? I did. Um,
Yeah.
but like two of my friends who go to the cinema with me are out the country at the minute. One of them's in oh god, what's the name of the country where the World Cup is at the minute? I've forgotten.
Oh, Qatar?
Qatar, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I forgot that, but anyway, one of them's there, and of course Ryan's in Thailand, so I sort of need to wait till they're back to get
Mm.
tickets.
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, I should hopefully be going opening night, if not opening weekend for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just currently in the process. In fact, when I was setting up for the stream, I'm in the process of talking to Kyra, my
Yeah.
my lady friend, because we're the
Mhm.
day that it comes out, we're going down to London for her birthday
Oh,
to
okay.
Winter Wonderland. Um,
Oh,
so
nice.
I don't know. We don't know whether to. We're seeing it opening day,
Yeah.
but we don't know whether to go to London to see it or just watch it up here and then go to
Mhm.
London. So
Well, if you go to
either
London,
way,
you could book like Leicester Square or something. You could go to one of the really fancy cinemas, see it on
yeah,
huge screens.
I'd like that to be fair. And Avatar 2 is probably the film to do it for.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I still remember my mates went to see The Force Awakens when that came out in Leicester Square, and I was
Yeah,
busy, and I was gutted I missed it because I
yeah,
saw
I
like some
bet.
photos like that other people taking in the cinema of it, and like or just the screens in there and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, I missed out.
Yeah, if I ever go to a screen like that, I'd want it to be for, a big event film.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Our good friend Jordan is here, Mr. Movie Worm. Hey lads, most anticipated film for the rest of the year.
We don't have long left of the year.
No. Do you know what? I feel like mine is Avatar 2, but
Yeah.
I've just seen the character posters drop for Knives Out, and I'm like, I'm really looking forward to that movie as well. To be fair,
I was gonna say Avatar's probably first.
yeah.
Knives Out 2 is probably second though, and I'm seeing it in 2 days, and I can't wait.
Oh, you going cinema?
Yeah, because it's playing in my local cinema, so I'm going Wednesday to see it.
Oh, when's the Netflix release? Is it this Friday?
No, it's just before Christmas. It's about a
Oh
month later.
shit. Well, I've got my hopes up too high there.
Yeah, In fact, I think it's a month today. I think it's the 21st of December.
Okay, I thought it was November for some reason.
No,
That's
if only.
I
But
did look.
I guess they want people to go to the cinema to see it and then put it on Netflix,
Yeah, I
which
did
I'm
look.
hoping they do for more films, to be honest.
Oh, 100%. There's been so many good films that have gone straight to streaming services, but
Yeah.
I looked for Knives Out, my cinema just isn't showing it. Like none near me are showing it. So
No, that's unfortunate. I don't know why they're doing it. They are doing a limited release with it, but
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because they put it in the cinema, then
Mm,
Netflix would make lots of money from the cinema, and then if
hmm.
people really like it, which apparently it's amazing, people would
Yeah.
then watch it on Netflix as well.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
I mean,
But
yeah. No, I know what you mean.
also,
You think?
no, sorry.
Sorry. Mhm.
No,
Go on.
I was going back to the question really. I was just gonna say, technically, I don't know whether people class this as a 2021 or 22 or 23
Mhm.
release, but I've got to shout out Babylon.
Yeah. Do you know what? If I feel like I'm gonna count this as an next year because I'm sort of now doing just UK releases,
Mhm.
like on my letterbox and stuff. But if that was this year, that would be number one because the
Yeah.
trailers have been so good.
Yes, and Damien Chazelle, I trust him.
Yeah.
Although, have you seen the reviews for it?
I've heard it's a very Marmite thing. People love it and
Yeah.
some people hate it.
It's one of the most it seems to be one of the most Marmite things. Some of the reviews are saying that it's horrendous, and
Yeah.
some are saying it's like the masterpiece of the decade. So,
I can't wait to see
yeah.
it.
I mean, there's something in there that it's
Yeah.
getting people riled up.
I like it when films get receptions like that though. I just feel like
Yeah,
there's more to talk about, but I'm just
yeah,
always nervous what side I'm gonna end up. I always hope I'm gonna end up on the love side, but it doesn't
yeah.
always work out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, La La Land is in my top 3 films ever. I
Yeah.
love that film. And
Mhm.
Whiplash is in my top 20. So anything
Yeah.
Damien Chazelle does.
Yeah, honestly, those 2 films, I think I've got them both. I know I've got Whiplash 5 out of 5 on my
Mhm,
Letterboxd. I think I might have La La Land at 4.5,
mhm.
but, still excellent
Yeah,
scores all
definitely.
round.
Yeah.
Pete is here, Mr. Playtenno guy. Evening, James and Alex. Hope you're both well.
Hello,
Hello,
Pete.
mate. Hang on, skipped over a question there. What are your thoughts on See How They Run and Top Gun Maverick?
Love them both,
I
especially
completely
Maverick.
agree. Yeah, I completely agree. Huge fan of Top Gun, and yeah, I thought See How They Run was really fun.
Yeah, me too. I thought, yeah, it was a good film. It came out like the week after Bodies, 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 which I liked, but I prefer See How They Run, I think.
Honestly, I give them both. I give them both fours on my letterbox, but I think I
Mhm.
preferred Bodies, Bodies, Bodies a bit. But See How They Run was still excellent.
Yeah, really good.
Um, Thoughts on the new Doctor Who companion?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, yep, all good, all good.
Um,
But
won't see me complaining.
no, I mean, we don't know how good she is of an actor because she's barely
No,
been in anything. She's been in Coronation Street, and that's about it.
yeah.
But
It's
I trust
interesting.
them.
I didn't even realize they were like. I saw like earlier that day they were announcing a companion. I was like, I thought they'd already got the companion. 'Cause,
Yeah, it's like this weird thing with Rose or something that they
yeah,
were doing. That's Rose. That's not Billie Piper, but it's
no,
Rose.
I'm not sure. I mean, surely it's just a different character called Rose that's going to be in the three David ones, maybe.
Maybe it seems weird to call the character Rose though if it's a completely different character.
I
I don't
heard
know.
a rumor that it's Donna's daughter, and the name Rose is just stuck in her head or something. So, but that's what I've
We're
heard.
just gonna have to see what they do. But the new companion that Matt, I feel so old. I've been watching Doctor Who
I
like
know what
you
you're going to say.
since
Yeah,
2005,
yeah.
and the companion is like 8 years younger than me.
I know, because she said something like she turned 1 when when Christopher regenerated into David? And it's like, oh god, it's like I actually remember watching that live and it's
Yeah,
like, oh god,
me
you
too.
was 1.
I when I first saw her, and because I watched it, the only thing from Children in Need that I watched
Mm,
was her little introduction. It's like
yeah,
3 minutes long. I honestly thought she was like in her early 20s, and then they
yeah,
were like, "Oh no, she's 18."
yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't even know they were announcing a Children Need. I saw it the next day on Facebook or
Mm,
something. I was like, "What? I thought they already had a companion."
yeah, we just have to see what they do with it.
Yeah. I trust Russell and it's got
Yeah,
the Disney Plus budget now as well, so
yeah.
To be completely honest, is here. Hello. Um, Hi guys. I recently bought all 3 volumes of the Ingmar Bergnum collection on BFI. That's why I haven't heard of it. Um, can't wait to get into it. I've also pre-ordered Volume 4, which released in January. Do you know anything about this? Because I'm clueless here.
I've got no idea. That's a name that I recognize, but I couldn't
Mm,
tell you what films he's directed.
no, I don't. I've never really got into the BFI Blu-rays, to be honest.
No, I don't think I have any of them.
No, I have 2 out there that I've been sent, I believe. I've watched one of them, but the other one I still have yet to get into.
Mhm.
What's your favorite film of the year so far? I
I
think we've
think
got the same one.
yeah, I was just gonna say that. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I love that movie.
Mhm.
I mean, where's the physical release for us here? I know that one's on streaming, but that's one that I will rewatch a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have that in the collection. Man, I saw it 3 times in the cinema, I loved it.
Oh, really? See, I was so annoyed. My cinema was literally one screening. We were so lucky. Um, and then I've watched it on Prime once
Mhm.
since then. I need to go and give it another watch soon.
Yeah, it's great. And then you've got, the Batman and Top Gun Maverick are up there.
Yeah,
There's This year has been really good for films overall.
I think so. I've seen some people saying that they think it's a bit weaker, and I'll admit I feel like there has been some terrible movies this year, but there's
Mm,
terrible movies every year. But I feel
yeah.
like my top 20 this year are far better than my top 20 from last year.
Yes. Yeah, I agree, definitely.
Mr. Jamie Powers here. Hello, chaps. How are you both doing? Very well, thank you.
Good.
Currently watching the English on BBC iPlayer Western series with Emily Blunt. Ah, yes, I noticed.
Mhm.
The cinematography is stunning. Comes highly recommended. Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that. I've heard that's okay. Well, pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard good things about it, yeah. I mean, the genre, I like Westerns and
Mm,
I like Emily Blunt, so yeah,
yeah,
give it a
good
go.
comedy. Yeah, because I saw like it's funny. I saw John Krasinski promoting it. But he used like he obviously got the image off just like Google Images or something. He used like the most pixelated image of the poster to advertise it.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
see that.
you
Oh,
might have
wow.
taken it down to be fair and redone it, but I saw it and was
Mhm.
like, really, John? I was like, you could use a better picture for your wife's new show.
Yeah, definitely. His Jack Ryan show is coming back soon as well, which
Mm,
to be honest, I don't think I'll watch. I mean, have you seen the first 2 seasons?
I haven't. My mum loves it though.
I like it. I liked it. I
Mm.
liked both seasons, but it's been like 3 years. I just don't know if I care enough to watch it.
Oh, this is the last one though, I think, isn't it?
Is it? I'm not sure.
I got a feeling it is the last season of it. I could be
Maybe,
wrong. I could be wrong. Because I'm not super clued up on that, but I think.
maybe. Could be. I might watch it eventually.
Yeah. Road movies, another film here I've never heard of. Tried to watch Filinis La
Mm,
Dolce
yeah,
Vita.
the Dolce Vita, I think it's
Yeah.
pronounced.
I'm shit at pronouncing things. Uh, this morning, but had electricians in today, so either turn the power off or we're drilling. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard that movie, so
I've got it. I think it's in one of the labels. I think it's Criterion it's on.
okay. Mhm.
I haven't seen it, even though I own it, but I have heard that it's really good.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'd say I got no idea on that one, but hopefully you can finish it
Mhm.
tonight or something. Alex Truman, any of you guys seen Supernatural? I'm currently watching it for the first time, and it's great. I haven't,
Yeah.
but I have heard it's very good.
Yep, I haven't seen all of it because it's 15 seasons and like 300 episodes, but I've
Yes,
seen I've seen a good chunk. I think I've seen like 5 seasons.
that's the one thing that stuck with me with that show. I remember how long everyone says it is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But one day I hopefully I'll get back into it, but it was really good from what I saw.
yeah. Oh, that's good. Maybe I'll give it a go one day.
Yeah.
I'm only allowing myself one HMV trip a fortnight as the Cardiff branch is near my uni, and if I go in there, I find it difficult to leave without half the shop in my bag. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It's always tough.
Yeah, I can't lie though. Like, I haven't been to my HMV in like, I think it was actually, I said in my video like 2 months. I think it actually been 5 months because I looked at my last vlog video, and
Mhm.
obviously I went in there on last weekend. Yeah, um, I didn't find anything in there to buy. Other
No.
than, oh no, no, I did actually. Got that movie film. That Benedict. I can't even
Oh,
read it.
Benedetta? Yeah.
Benedetta. That's it.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, that's the only thing in there I ended up walking out
Mm.
because I was thinking about getting that War of the World set, which I have bought since, um, and the Highlander set, but I didn't have either of those. So
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if I used to be strictly, if I want something, I like going into the shop and buying it, walking out with it.
yeah,
But nowadays, because I've been in HMV a few times looking for something and it's not there. So
yeah,
nowadays I just buy it online because then it comes soon and I know that I've got it.
yeah. I can't lie. I use Amazon for more or
Mm,
less everything.
yeah.
Um, but it is fun to go and have a look around. That's why I always kind of prefer
Yeah.
going into CEX because you never know what you're going to find in there if you leave it long
No,
enough.
no.
It's always a bit more fun, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Just pre-ordered After Sun on the movie label. Can't wait to watch it again. Yeah, I saw someone else talking about this film the other day. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard it's really quite good.
Yeah. I've heard it's great. I want to yeah, I do want to watch it.
Mm,
I don't know. I don't think it's legal for us to watch it anywhere at the moment. I could be wrong.
yeah,
Um,
maybe a Sail the Seven Seas one then.
yeah, it could be. It could be. I don't think it's streaming anywhere, but
No. Okay, fair enough. But no, I will keep my eye out for it for sure because
yeah.
I've heard a lot of good word of mouth on that one.
Mhm.
Um, just put tickets to see Knives Out 2. Very jealous.
Awesome. Yep. Can't wait to see it. Wednesday, 2 days.
Oh, man, I can't believe my cinema's not showing it. I'm gonna have to wait a whole month to see this movie.
Yep, unfortunately.
So annoying. Um, my local Odeon is currently shut down as it's being updated to an Odeon Lux. Currently reopening day is for Avatar 2. Definitely not pre-planned.
You
Well,
might be pre-planned there.
yeah, I got a feeling it might have been.
Yeah, because they know that is going to bring in a lot of money.
Man, the staff are gonna go from, like, barely working to all of a sudden having, like, the most mental weekend since probably Endgame.
Yeah, probably. It's gonna be, the people who say, "Oh, no one cares about Avatar anymore." We don't listen to those people. Everyone cares about Avatar.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna turn up for this movie.
Yeah,
Um, no, I'm looking as I say, I am looking forward to it, I am. I'm
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan on James Cameron, the way he's gone about promoting this movie, he's really put me off it a bit, but,
Mm.
uh, it'll still be a good film, I think.
Well, he spent so long making it, it better be good.
Yeah,
But
if not,
it's
this is all gonna come around and bite him in the arse, that's for sure.
yeah. The only thing which has got me a bit worried is how bloody long it is. It's 3.25 hours.
Yeah, that is a hefty runtime. How
Yeah.
I know the last one was long, but did it reach the 3-hour mark?
No, because I saw it when they re-released it in cinemas. It's long, but I think it's like 2 hours 40, something like that.
Okay. Well, James Cameron, he does like his long films, don't he? So,
Yes, he does. I mean,
but
sometimes the runtime deserves it. Lord of the
mhm,
Rings, recently The Wolf of Wall Street deserved 3 hours,
yeah.
but I also seen a lot of films, even something like The Batman, which I loved. I
Mhm.
don't think it needed to be 3 hours.
Mm, yeah. No, that's fair enough. I mean, I've got a few films that I definitely could think of being trimmed down.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, we'll see.
we'll
Hopefully,
see.
hopefully,
Fingers crossed, it's amazing.
yeah. Seeing Bones and all, and she said this week. Saw Glass last month and I loved it. Yeah, I saw some people got to see that last month, and what's Bones and all? I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's by the director of Call Me by Your Name.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
actually haven't seen that film. I do need to.
that film's really good. It's got Timothy Chalamet in it,
Oh,
so
okay. Hmm.
it's about cannibals going on a road trip or something.
Ah, yes. Okay, I've seen the trailers to this. That
Yeah,
did look quite good.
yeah, it's got Mark Rylance in it as well. I think, yeah, I'll see it. Looks quite good.
It's a problem when you go to like. To be fair, I haven't been to the cinema in about 2 weeks now. But like, we went to see like so many films back to back to back to back. You see all these trailers and you forget what name goes with what trailer sometimes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. There's so many.
um, what's your least favorite animated film ever?
Don't know if I could do that off the top of my head.
No, no, that is a difficult one. I'm trying to think of any that are, like, borderline terrible. I have seen some, but I can't think.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like a Pixar film, if I hear that
Mm,
it's bad and it's animated,
yeah.
then I probably won't watch it. Like, apparently, like a lot of people who've seen it say that Marmaduke, I think, is the name of the animated film that came out this year. That
Okay.
people are saying is just one of the worst films ever. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it because I've heard that.
There was a really bad one, like, Wonder Park, I think it was called, that I
Oh
watched
yeah,
a couple years back. I honestly only watched it 'cause Tom Baker's name was on the poster. I was like, "Oh, Tom Baker." Um,
yeah.
but I don't remember even hearing him in it, to be honest. But I thought Wonder Park, Wonderland, whatever it was called, that was awful. Um,
I've just gone onto my letterbox and searched for animated films lowest
mhm.
first, and the first one that's come up, 1 star, Tom and Jerry.
Oh god, yeah, that wasn't very good at all. No, I didn't
Yeah,
like that one. I'm trying to think of
yeah.
what. Do you know what one I really didn't like? Do you know what? I used to love it as a kid, but I put it on Netflix about a year or two ago, and I was like, it ruined it for me. I was like, I used to love this as a kid, but I was watching
Mhm.
it there and then, and I was like, this is total shit.
Yeah.
Shark Tale.
Oh, really?
Really didn't enjoy it.
I remember going to see that in the cinema.
I think I
Wow.
might have gone to see it at the cinema when I was younger as well. I used to love that movie, man. But I'm rewatching it as an adult.
Yeah,
No
because
good.
Martin Scorsese does a voice in that as well.
The weirdest thing, man,
Yeah.
that's his only acting credit, I swear.
Yeah. Yeah, Shark Tale. It's so random.
Definitely
But yeah,
Robert De Niro calling him up because he voices someone in it as well, don't he?
yeah, yeah.
But,
But yeah, I mean, other ones that I've got terribly rated were the last 2 Ice Age films were terrible.
oh, yes, they were,
Earwig and the Witch, and then Cars
oh,
2. They're my lowest rated ones.
so shit.
Yeah.
Earwig and the Witch was so disappointing because 'cause I'd just got in Studio Ghibli in it, and that was their new film, and I was so
Mhm,
excited. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna see a Studio Ghibli film on release."
mhm.
And then that
It was
came
not.
out. Yeah. So what the
Yeah, I've only seen 2 Studio Ghibli films, and they're not the good ones. I've seen the very first one, Nausicaa or something like that. Don't know how you
oh,
pronounce it,
so
and Earwig.
I've heard Nausicaa's okay.
Yeah,
Or
I didn't mind it, but
yeah,
I know they've got a lot of better films that I haven't seen.
yeah. I mean, my favorites, I mean, Spirited Away or Ariette's good. Recommend them. I think they're on Netflix, a lot of them.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I wanna see Spirited Away, and there's a few of them I wanna see.
Yeah. Um, Climax by Gaspar No,
Mm.
I'm probably pronouncing that wrong again. Was a Marmite film, but I love that movie. Yeah, I weirdly, I don't know if have you seen this one? Have you seen Climax?
Yes. Yep.
I watched it for the first time last month or the month before. It was one of those random Arrow films I had where I was like, that's been sitting there for a while. I should probably watch it. And I knew nothing about it. I think I bought it like a year or two ago because I'd heard
Yeah.
people say it was good. And I put it on and I was like, wow, that was actually amazing.
Yeah, I was surprised. I understand why it's a Marmite film. I wouldn't blame anyone who didn't like it, and
Mm,
to be honest, even though I really like it, I don't know why I like it. It was just
mm.
it's just cool.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the first half hour, I was like, I don't get what's happening here, or
Yeah.
why should I care about this film? And then all of a sudden, it just becomes such a visual, weird thing to watch. I don't even know how
Mhm,
to describe it because it was so bizarre.
mhm.
But yeah, I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was great.
Mr. Tin and Sonic is here. Hello, mate. Um, I've made a big mistake. I've started collecting Eureka Masters of Cinema. It was they're I think I have one of those. Yeah, I've got the Mothra box set.
Oh, nice.
I think yeah, they're like a label, aren't they?
Yeah, there's too many labels to be honest. I only I only collect kind of the big ones, Criterion and that
Yeah.
premiums.
Yeah, I'm same Criterion Arrow premiums. I do the
Mm,
movies now, but Eureka, I have the Mothra set because it goes with my Godzilla ones, and
mhm.
what's the one I watched it this month? Lucas, the filmmaker, he sent it to me. The one about Henry VIII. I can't remember. I can't remember what it's called. Obviously didn't stick with me super well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've only got 2 Eureka titles. Billy Gibson will be the first Doctor Who companion I'm older than. I'm only 19. Oh, fair enough.
I think there's gonna be a lot of Doctor Who fans who are older than the companion.
Yeah. You can imagine how me and Alex feel because what, 26, 25?
Mhm.
26? Yeah.
Yeah, 26.
So yeah, I mean, as I say, like when she said on or when I watched the clip back, I mean, you watch it live, like when she said that she was at her first birthday when Christopher regenerated into David, I was like, oh my god, I
Yeah.
actually remember watching that.
Mhm. Yeah, we grew up with that era, she didn't.
Yeah, no, I think she said something like that. I grew up with the David era. It's like, how the hell do
Yeah.
you remember that? I can't remember anything from before the age of like 7.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Iron Up any Black Friday deals. So we've already had this one, but not really. I don't think from either of us.
No,
Not
no.
moving.
We'll have a look, but nothing specific.
Yeah, it's one of those where you just sort of scroll through and just
Yeah.
have something might pop up.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what this was about, but Jamie said my favorite film. Not sure what that was about, Jamie. I can't remember. Oh my god, Rogue Movies, you keep giving me things to pronounce here, which I'm not capable of. But that name is a Swedish director. If you want to get into his films, the most accessible is his 1957's The Seventh Seal. Again, never heard of this.
The only reason I've heard of it is because it's in, like, one of the Letterboxd top 100 narrative films or something like that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, so because of that, I know it's really good.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of these sort of films go in my head. I do very much plan on watching all these types of movies at some point. It's just getting around to it all.
But there's too many films. There's too many
There
films to watch.
there is.
Yeah, and as soon as I sit down to watch an older film that's a classic that I've never seen, there's 3 new films coming out that I wanna see.
Ugh, it's so true. Like, there's still a couple classics I need to get around to watching.
Mhm.
But it's just like, oh, I don't know. It's like it took me like 3 years to finally watch Schindler's List.
Yeah. I still haven't seen a few classics.
No, it happens.
Mhm.
My favorite film of the year is Brian and Charles. I think I'll be alone on that one. That's the guy from that's the one with the guy from Afterlife, isn't it? The really funny bloke, and then there's a
Yeah.
big robot looking thing, isn't it?
Yep, yep, that's the one. Um, yeah. I mean, I haven't heard anyone say it's their favorite film apart from you, Jamie, but, I have heard it's good though, in general.
Yeah, I do want to try and watch that one before the year's up, so I can chuck it on
Mhm.
my list.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I've heard it's good, and I like the main guy in it. Like Afterlife, he's funny, and so.
Mhm.
David C asks, "Will Alex bring back his live movie chat one day?"
Well, we kinda discussed this at the start as well. Maybe eventually at some point when I've actually got time to do it.
Yeah,
But, it's something I enjoy. I enjoy going on Scott's stream. I enjoy coming on here. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. It's all about when it's right timing, I guess, sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Movie worm Jordan agrees with you, Jamie. Brian and Charles was a really good movie, Jamie.
Nice.
Rogue movie still coming at me with Enigma Bergman directed nearly 70 films in his 50-year career.
It's impressive.
Yeah, very,
More than
very
one a
well done.
year. Yeah.
Trying to think of anyone who's had a film career where he's put out that many films.
Yeah, can't think of it.
No, no. Um, no, I can't either.
No.
Um, After Sun has to be my favorite of the year. It's made me cry beyond belief, but in the best way because of its beauty. Fair enough.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, yeah. As I say, hopefully I'll be able to see it by the end of the year, so I can chuck it on my
Yeah.
list. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
definitely.
Rank these 4 movies: Pearl, X, Smile, and Barbarian. Have you seen all 4 of these?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen Barbarian, but I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, Barbarian's my favorite.
Okay.
I've I've currently got that, I think, 3rd on my ranking of the year.
Which one is Barbarian again?
It's, the one I don't think it's got any recognizable names in it, but it basically a woman goes down into a basement and there's creepy shit going on down
I
there.
remember. Is the one with the actor who plays Pennywise or something in it?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
one of the Skarsgårds,
Yeah.
whichever one it is, I can never remember. But, yeah, so I'd have Barbarian,
Mhm,
then probably X,
mhm.
then Smile, then Pearl, even though I really like all of them.
Fair enough. I think I go X, Smile, then Pearl. So yeah, I agree on all of it, but I haven't seen Barbarian,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no, I
um,
really like all of them. I mean, obviously we've both got them ranked on our lists.
mm,
I just can't think off the top of my head, but I think the order I said is what I've got it at.
yeah. The only one there that I think that I wasn't huge on was Pearl, purely because I loved X and I
Hmm.
was ready to get that same vibe off it, Pearl, sorry. And I think it just disappointed me. But it wasn't bad by any means, I don't
Mm.
think. I was just
It's quite
disappointed.
it's quite different,
Yeah.
but they're doing a third one, so hopefully that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Who do you want to be the next Batman villain if it's not going to be the Joker? That's a good question. I mean, I have one in mind. Do you have one?
Mm, probably maybe Mr. Freeze could be cool.
That's who I was thinking as well, Mr. Freeze.
Mm.
And I'd like to see Bryan Cranston maybe play him.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, to be honest, I don't really want the Joker as a villain because he's overdone.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. If it wasn't like I'm like the tease was cool and I've got a really cool actor playing him, but I'm sort of hoping he's lurking in the background for the next one. Because
yeah,
I agree. I'd love to see Scarecrow actually be a main villain as
that would be
well. Something
cool.
like that.
Yeah. Because there's a
But
lot of, you've got to have, I think in the Batman universe, you've got to have villains that actually feel grounded. Some of them would be ridiculous and wouldn't fit, but
yeah.
those ones that we said would.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see an assassin type villain, like maybe, Deathstroke or Deadshot. I
Hmm.
know we've had Deadshot in the DCU. I mean, technically, we've had Deathstroke as well for like 10 seconds. But it'd be cool to see someone that Batman could actually fight a bit more as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, they were going to do a lot more with Deathstroke, which is why they had that tease, but obviously that
Yeah,
never happened. But I would have
no,
liked to see that.
absolutely. Because all of the Batman villains we've had recently have been very, like the Dark Knight. Well, Bane was a fighter, I guess, but yeah, it seems like Batman's always sort of going up against these nutters.
Mm. Yeah.
It's a bit more of a fighter one.
Hmm.
um, Most underrated and most overrated Tarantino movies. Oh,
Okay. Well, okay, that's not best and worst. I would
mm,
say maybe his most underrated, I think, might be the Hateful Eight.
I agree with that. I agree. That was my gonna be my pick as well.
Because we don't, you know, it's a really good film, but I think it's yeah.
I think
I don't see people have it,
no.
towards the top of their ranking.
I think I've got it third on mine. I
Yeah.
really love it.
Yeah, I really like it. And so that's underrated. Overrated is tough because the only one I don't like is Death Proof, but I don't that's not overrated because I don't
No.
think many people like it.
I'd go with the one that come to mind for me because there are some people out there that just go mental for these films. I'm gonna say Kill Bill. It's
Okay.
I still love them. I think they're great movies,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't know. They're not the ones I'd go shouting about out of his discography.
I really like Kill Bill. I mean, if I had to say one, and I might get a lot of hate for this, I
Hmm.
might go Reservoir Dogs,
That's an
which
epic. Yeah.
which again I really like. I think
Mhm.
I think I gave it 4 stars, but
Yeah.
some people say that his first film is still one of his best, and I wouldn't say that.
No, that's fair. I'd agree with that. I don't. I think Reservoir Dogs is towards the bottom half of my list for sure.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
but that
yeah,
just goes to show how good he is. Really, it's not a knock
exactly.
against it.
I completely agree with you though. Like what you said about Death Proof. Every Tarantino film for me is like 7.5 and above.
Yeah,
Oh, Death Proof. That one's a bit yeah. That's like
yeah,
the only one for me.
yeah. I think, yeah, because I've got Death Proof. I think I gave it like 2 stars. And then the one above that, I think, is Jackie Brown, but that's
Mm,
still like a 3.5 to a 4.
yeah. No, I completely agree with you actually, again, on that one. Jackie Brown, I think, is the next one up for me.
Yeah, but it's a hell of a lot better than Death Proof.
It very much is. Um, could All Quiet on the Western Front be the greatest film ever distributed by Netflix?
I don't have an opinion because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, haven't you? Oh,
No, you've seen it though, haven't you?
I have. I loved it. Honestly, it's in my top 10 of the year at the minute.
Yep, I wanna watch it. It's
Mm,
very high on my list to watch.
yeah,
I don't think that it will beat something like Marriage Story for me.
that's the one I was thinking of. Like, it. I don't know if I prefer it to Marriage Story or not. Like, honestly, for
Yeah,
me, it is
and
Marriage
they're
Story.
not similar films at all,
No,
so it's hard
no,
to compare.
exactly, yeah. But they're definitely my top 2 Netflix films.
Yeah. There's a lot of I mean, Netflix have some awful films, but there are some really good ones, but
Mm,
I
yeah,
can't say because I haven't seen it yet, but hopefully soon.
yeah, yeah, no, definitely. It's a very good film.
Because I love the original as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original. It's like
It's old, it's 30s.
20s? Or was it 30s?
I think it might be like well, either late 20s or early 30s,
Yeah, I
but
do wanna watch it though.
the only reason I watched it really is because I've got a list on Letterboxd of all Best Picture films ranked, and that was, like, one of the first ones.
Ah, right, yeah. Did you get through them all in the end,
No,
or
I haven't no, I've still only got to, like, 35 or something, so there's a lot to go.
fair enough. Yeah, because I see that, like, I quite enjoy doing this on Letterboxd. When you do the pro thing, you can see your stats and you can
Yeah,
see, like, a list of all of the, Best Picture winners on there, can't you, I think?
yeah, it's one of the reasons why I got Pro.
Yeah, I really like that feature.
Mhm.
Um, with Avatar 2 coming out soon, are you going to watch, uh, the James Cameron's films you haven't seen? Um, I mean, for me, I don't know. I say the one thing about this whole Avatar film coming out is James Cameron, to me, has come across as a bit of a dick in the interviews and
Mm.
stuff. He's put me off him a bit. So I don't actually have a lot of great ambitions to go watch them at the minute.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, he hasn't come across the best. I probably will. It is in my intentions to do it because I have a James Cameron ranking on my
Mhm.
letterbox, and I haven't seen True Lies, The Abyss, or Piranha 2, which is like one of
Mm,
his first films that apparently is his only terrible film.
fair
I
enough.
think those are the three which I haven't seen, so I do want to watch them before Avatar.
Yeah. I'm sure I will watch them eventually. There's no doubt because I do like all of James Cameron's movies that I've seen. But
Mhm.
yeah, just at the minute, he's not doing much to sell me on him. I'm already sold on Avatar because it's like his Avatar. I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
that film regardless. But
yeah.
actual James Cameron, I'm not that fussed to be honest.
No, no, I know that.
Who would you rather sit in the front row of a theater, or in the last row, back corner? Wait. Would you? Oh, would you rather? Not who. Would you rather sit in the front row of a theater or the last row? Um, I mean, I always sit at the back in the cinema.
That's an easy choice for you then. That's
Yeah.
kind of tougher for me because I sit closer to the front. But I think if I had a choice between the front row, the neck
Mhm.
breaker seats as I call them,
Yeah.
or the very back row, I would definitely go for the very back. But I don't know how your cinemas are, but in my cinemas, there's usually like a few rows, like 4 rows in front of the screen.
Yeah.
Then there's like a big walkway, and
Mhm.
then you get all of the seats. I
Yeah.
usually sit on the front row of kind of the major block of seats.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. See, my mates leave me in charge. I have all my mates' Cineworld's cards
Mhm,
on my phone, so I do all the bookings.
mhm.
And, they always moan at me, so I always put them right at the back.
That's fair. If you like I know a lot of people prefer going to the back, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
find, front row of the main block is where I
yeah.
like it. You got the most leg room.
That's true. I do always find it a bit difficult to get comfortable in some of the,
Mm.
cinemas, I must admit.
Plus, I also find in general because I used to sit further back, but I went to, like, 5 films in a row where
Mm,
everyone just went to the back to kind of talk. The people who
yeah,
didn't care about the film, that's generally where they go to sit.
that's a very good point, I must admit, 'cause every time I see, like, people talking in the cinema. They all
Mm.
are always in like the back 3 rows.
Which is another discussion entirely, and we won't get into it, but why pay to go to the cinema to have a chat?
It frustrates me so much. What film was I went to see one in IMAX recently. I think it might have been Black Adam. And there was some people. They weren't close enough to distract me, but I could just slightly hear them, and I could
Mhm.
hear other people shushing them because obviously the IMAX screens are massive. So
Yeah,
it wasn't enough to annoy me, but I could hear people shushing them on the other side of the cinema. And it's like, but an IMAX ticket's like £18 or whatever a
yeah.
person. That's expensive. You paid £18 just to come and have a conversation.
No, I don't get it at all. The park bench is free, mate.
Exactly. Oh dear. Um, how would you rank the 6 Ice Age movies, including the Disney Plus Scrat series? And oh my god, well, I've only seen the movies. I haven't
Yeah, me too.
seen the show and the shorts. But there's only I thought there was only 5 Ice Age films, and then you got the Buck one, didn't you? Unless
Yeah,
it's
I think that's what he's including.
well, I'd go Ice Age 5 is definitely the worst, then the Buck one, then
Mm.
4, 3, 2, 1 being the best.
I think I'd have a very similar ranking. I think I'd have exactly the same, apart from I think I slightly prefer the second Ice Age over the first.
Yeah, do you know what? I love the second the 1 and 2 for me are, like, the really good films. I really
Yeah,
like those 2. 3's fun, 4's bad, and then
and 5 is
5
terrible,
5
and
is
the Buck one,
yeah, yeah,
terrible.
borderline unwatchable.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, 1 and 2 are just really, really good, I think.
yeah. The Buck one was like an hour and a quarter, and it honestly feels like one of the longest films of the year.
Yeah, oh god, it really does.
Uh,
It really does. I that was such a struggle to get through. I was quite excited for that as well because I thought, you know what, it looks kind of grounded. There's no aliens in this one. The animation looks cool, and then it
yeah,
come out and it was like, what the hell? They've
yeah,
made another shit one. Well done.
yeah. And Simon Pegg was the only returning cast member as well.
Oh, was he? Did they?
Yeah, yeah, the rest of the cast were replaced.
I honestly didn't even know that. I was, but
Yeah.
I can't remember. I
I
must
mean,
not.
they weren't in it much, the rest of the cast, but
That's true. It's true. It's a shame though that that one turned out kind of bad because I was genuinely quite looking forward to that one at the
mhm,
start of the year. But
yeah.
anyway, uh, there's rumors that Criterion has the rights to All Quiet on the Western Front as part of the Netflix deal.
Wouldn't
Well,
surprise me at all.
I will probably be picking that one up
Mhm,
because that was such. As I said, that was such a good movie, and I do think that is one I'll go back to a lot because I do
yeah,
like my war films.
yeah. Yeah, and it just feels I haven't even seen the film, and it just feels like something that Criterion would put out.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like, yeah, like you say, it seems like one of their
Yeah,
style movies for
yeah.
sure. James, your lack of knowledge on the two most influential directors of all time. I know. Have I read?
Mm,
I'd, I'd,
well,
I don't know. I reckon I'd probably give that to someone like Scorsese.
yeah, Scorsese, Spielberg.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
Even Alfred Hitchcock, I would say over them, but,
absolutely. Yeah, I would say so myself. But I'll get round to all these kind of directors at some point. I will.
yeah. Once we've got through all of the films that we actually know about, which will
Yeah,
take years, then we'll move on to films we don't even know about.
yeah. At the minute, I've just been exploring, as people probably know, pay attention to my letterbox, like 30s, 40s, and 50s movies lately. That's all I've been watching. And I've been loving it. Like
Mhm.
the other night, what was it? I come to put on. Oh, I watched that new. I think you liked it as well. I think I remember seeing a message in one of our chats. Um, the new Florence Pugh film.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
and like even before I watched it, I was like, I kind of just fancy watching another. I'm really into like this vibe at the minute of like watching 30s, 40s, 50s movies, and it's like
yeah,
I kind of just want to watch one of those, but sort of thought, better try and keep up.
yeah. That's the problem. I mean, I know I was a bigger fan of that film than you, because
Mm.
I saw you weren't a fan, really.
Not really on that. I didn't hate it, but I
Mm.
wasn't. I wasn't a big fan.
I thought it got worse as it went on. Like, I thought the whole concept was kinda cool, but then
Mm.
it just the concept got less interesting as the film went on, and when they tried to explain it, I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
Yeah, I think I was expecting some kind of weird paranormal stuff
Mm,
a few points, and then it don't know. I just lost interest in the story. Don't get me wrong, the actors, especially Florence Pugh, were doing a great job, but I just didn't find the characters that interesting in it either.
yeah, I get
Yeah,
that, yeah.
bit
Florence
stale.
Pugh, though, what a year for her. It's insane.
Yeah,
She's in
honestly,
everything.
she actually is. I feel like she's gonna be like one of the highest paid actors coming up soon. Like, surely she's like
Yeah,
gonna be top name in Hollywood. I think soon.
yeah, and I know she was paid for her next 2 appearances. I think she was paid, like, 10 million for her next 2 appearances in the MCU.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah, one of which is Thunderbolts. I don't know what the other one is, but it was something like 10 million she got for it.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Well, I'm guessing it'll probably be the Avengers next one.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, could be.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good thing she done those Avengers or signed on to do Marvel because I know that people haven't been huge on this phase of Marvel, but
Mm,
I mean, this is it just basically boosts her popularity and.
yeah, and
um, what was the biggest surprise of the year for you guys? For me, it had to be Men. Thought it was a fantastic film. Oh, it's a good question.
this is a good question. I like these type of questions, but I can never
Mm.
think of it off the top of my head.
Mine was Top Gun Maverick because
Yeah.
I'm not huge on the original. I think it's a decent movie, but I don't love it. I'd seen the trailer so much because of all the delays because of COVID and stuff, and I was so fed up seeing the trailers. I was like, "This is going to be a bang average action movie with Tom Cruise," and it come out, and
Mhm.
I was like, "Holy shit, that was amazing!"
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, that's in my top 5, and
Mm,
I would say that's one of them. The other one as well, which we've mentioned, is Barbarian, which because I know
mhm,
people liked it because it came out in America like 2 months before us. I know
mhm.
people liked it, but I loved it. It was just so weird and it
Yeah,
was cool.
yeah,
The other one that I will say, because I didn't know how it would turn out, is Prey. That was a lot better than I thought it'd be.
that's a good one. Yeah, I feel like this after the last Predator film, I was just so ready to have another shit Predator film.
Yeah, and, I kind of trusted the director because he did 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I liked, but,
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
No, no. But yeah, no, 10 Cloverfield Lane was also really good. That guy's got a solid track record now. I don't know what other films he's got off the top of my head, but
No, I'm not sure.
no,
Might
but
just be those 2. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
If
maybe.
it is, then that's a good track record.
Absolutely. Two very solid films there. Um, what is your favorite horror franchise? That's a good one. Um,
What is
ah,
it?
I mean,
Mm.
I know there's some shit ones in there. I think off the top of my head, it's going to be Halloween.
Yeah, that's the thing. The highs are high, but then the lows are low.
They really are. Some of those
Um,
horror franchises I went through last year, like Halloween Nightmare, Chucky, Friday the 13th, there was some shit in those.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm cheating. I'm looking at the internet, what the internet says are the best horror
Yeah,
franchises.
uh, I'm trying to have a
Mm,
scroll around my room.
none of them stand out to me because a lot of horror franchises have great films and then really
Mm.
terrible films.
Yeah, like
Uh,
at the minute, I'm at that stage at the minute with Hellraiser where I've watched the first three, and I've watched the new one just because it was new.
mhm.
But then I think I hear four's okay, but then there's like six that are just apparently awful. Like their scores on Letterboxd are all like 1 point something. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh god, do I even bother?
yeah, I know what you mean. I know.
There was a couple good ones spread about, like which is how I felt with Friday the 13th. Because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't huge on that franchise, but there was a good one every couple films or so.
Yeah,
But apparently Hellraiser at this point is just none. It's just like
no, it
six
just all goes
shit.
downhill. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can really answer it. There's yeah, but I will say if Maxine turns out good, it's in the conversation.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. We'll see what happens with that one.
Yeah,
Thoughts on Iger's return to Disney?
happy
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I mean, I thought he was an excellent. I mean, I don't know loads about this sort of stuff, but it seemed like Disney was actually probably running better when he was there. I,
Yes, yeah. It does seem that way, and Bob Chapek. who
Mm,
he's replaced yeah, he's not done a very good job, which is why they fired him.
yeah. Yeah, it does seem like, like, I didn't even know this new Disney film was out next week until I saw it on a bus today at
Mm.
work, like, this Strange World. I was like, "Oh, holy shit, that's coming out." Um,
Yeah, reviews came out for that today as well, and they
oh,
are not good.
oh dear. That is a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause
Um,
I was thinking about going to see it. The
mm,
only reason I knew it was coming out is because Cineworld
mm,
the tickets have been out for a few weeks for it.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I might just wait to Disney Plus now, I think.
Yeah, I might do the same then, but, like, I swear, like, I'd know about these sort of things.
Mm,
I don't and, like, I feel like, Pixar ain't been doing great. Like, it was meant to be their return to form, and that
yeah,
didn't make much money. Um, I know that
and it's
Kevin
like
Feige.
they put, like, Turning Red, Soul, and Luca
Yeah,
on Disney Plus, which they
yeah,
should have just waited until the pandemic was over.
absolutely. Yeah, it just feels like every area of Disney has sort of gone downhill a little bit the last couple of years, other than maybe Star Wars,
Mm.
which is strange. Like,
Yeah, and I know kind of outside of the movie stuff, which I don't focus on too much,
mm,
but apparently because like, Bob Chapek ran all, like, things to do with Disneyland parks and things, and apparently
mm,
he was doing, like, lots of twisted things to basically just make more money out of
yeah,
people, out of customers, so
yeah, that don't surprise me. Yeah,
good that
well,
he's gone.
I'm happy Iger's returning. So I don't know loads about this sort of stuff, but it seemed like he was pretty good at what he done.
Mhm. He's come out of retirement once before though, so this is the
Why is
second
it?
time now. Yeah, so
Disney had turned up on his door like, "Please, here's a bag of money.
yeah, yeah.
Save us."
It must have been a big bag of money to get out of retirement in his, like, 70s when he can basically do whatever he wants with it the rest of his
Yeah,
life.
I wouldn't have gone back. I would have been like, "No, I'm living on my yacht. See you later."
Yeah. This is your mess now.
Yeah, not my fault you messed it up.
Yeah.
Um, Hi guys, I wanted to send my condolences to Jason David Frank and his family, RIP. Oh yeah, this is the
Mhm.
actor. I did used to watch Power Rangers when I was like, really young, but I didn't know about any of the actors. But yeah, obviously very sad that he's
Yeah,
passed away.
yeah. Yeah, it's very sad. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Power Rangers, honestly, but
I used to watch it like literally it was one of the first shows I used to watch. It didn't really stick with me like a lot of my other childhood ones. Like
mm,
I used to watch like Thunderbirds a lot, and I bought like that nice Blu-ray set they
yeah.
brought out for that.
I
'Cause
was more into Thunderbirds, yeah.
yeah, that one I could watch now as an adult still, but
Mhm.
I don't know about Power Rangers. But I remember some of it. Like there was like a flute monster or something in one episode. Just come out and play
Mm.
the flute, and all the Power Rangers start doing these like wacky weird dances. I was like,
It must have
um,
been Stop Fridays, that episode.
yeah,
But,
but oh
obviously, it's
man,
very sad, but yeah,
yeah, no,
don't
of
really have
course,
much
yeah,
of a connection.
no,
In fact, I
absolutely.
think the only Power Rangers thing that I've ever seen, I think, was a film that came out, like, 5 years ago,
Do you know what? I
which I
saw the
didn't love.
last half hour on telly once, and that was enough for me.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't really like it that much.
No, it's. I know it's a very childish concept, Power Rangers, but it is a cool one at the same time. I feel like they could make a good movie series out of it, but
Yeah,
I think they
yet
went
to do it,
too
though.
lazy. Um, Most people think the little panda fighter is terrible, but I think it's beautiful. I'm guessing that's another movie.
Yeah, not one that
Sorry,
we know about.
no. um, have you thought about making a playlist on your channel full of every film you saw in the cinema? No, I mean, we've got our Letterboxd accounts where you can
Yeah.
always follow what we're doing.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah, I think Letterboxd is better for that sort of thing than YouTube.
Absolutely, yeah. Because to be honest, I don't even review. Like, I probably review about 1/6 of the films I see at the cinema nowadays.
Oh, really?
I mean, well, I go to the cinema probably once a week, but half the films I go to see, I don't review. I normally
Mm,
just do the big ones, which I think people want to hear me talk about, like Wakanda Forever. Like, if I go see The Menu this week, which I'm hoping to see it Thursday, I don't think I'll bother coming on YouTube and reviewing it.
mm. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If people, I mean, if people really want to know your thoughts, you do it on Letterboxd anyway, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Every time I watch a movie, I log on Letterboxd now. So
Yeah, yeah, it's a good way to keep track of it. If
yeah,
anyone watching doesn't have Letterboxd, highly recommend.
I'm honestly like a salesman for it when I'm out with my mates because we
Yeah.
always talk about movies. Then I bring up my Letterboxd, and like Ryan will be sitting next to me. Go, here he goes, he's on Letterboxd again.
It's addictive, man. I got it a few years ago. It's pretty addictive.
I love it, honestly. Every now and then, I still think of like a movie that I'm like, have I put that on there? And it's like, oh no, I haven't. I better go just give that a little star rating.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, when I first got it, 2018, I think was when I got it, and I just spent days thinking of every film that I've ever
Mm,
seen and trying to
yeah,
like it on there.
I love making like lists on there as well. I
Yeah,
think I'm up to like 40.
yeah, I've got loads of lists. I've got like 10 pages of lists
Yeah.
because I've got because it's
I
quite
noticed
sad.
you're doing like years as well now, aren't
I
you?
was gonna say
Yeah.
every year from 1960 until this year, I've got all of my films that I've seen from the each year ranked. It's quite sad, but
Oh no, to be fair, man, I get it because I'm the same. I'll just be sitting there on my lunch break at work, and I'm like, oh my god, I like it's like I'd gone through like 6 Clint Eastwood films in my set. I was like, I'm gonna start making a Clint Eastwood list and chuck them on
yeah.
every time I watch them, and then it's just like everything. I wouldn't be shocked because of that new Laurel and Hardy set I got. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a Laurel and Hardy ranking going up soon.
Mm,
But
yeah, fair, fair.
um, Scorsese also has an acting credit in Round Midnight and Accra Cruel, that word, Dreams.
Fair.
Fair enough. I thought it was just Shark Tale, but
Mm.
obviously these films are not gonna be as good as Shark Tale.
No. I know he's been in, I know he's done some TV, like, he was in Sopranos very briefly,
I do remember actually hearing about this, to be fair.
yeah, but films, I know, yeah, he doesn't have many credits.
No. It's very strange because, a lot of directors do like to pop up in their films for a couple scenes. But
Yeah, Tarantino's probably the most famous for that.
yeah, yeah, I always do quite like looking out for a Tarantino cameo in his
Mhm,
movies.
yeah.
Um, hey James and Alex, sorry I'm late. So happy late birthday, James. Oh well, thank you and thank you for being here. No worries for being late. Doesn't matter. Um, have you seen Vanishing Point? What did you think of it? I haven't. Have you?
No, I don't know off the top of my head what that is.
No, not sure either.
Vanishing Point. Top Result is a 1971 film, but no, I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one, unfortunately. James's Movies is here. Hello. Um, is there any film that actually made you cry? Oh, have you got
Yeah,
any off the top of your head?
I can't think of one. There's been a couple that get close, but it's kind of more when it deals with, like, real world issues.
I had one moment in the cinema last year where I actually felt a tear run down my face, and
Mhm.
it's the only time I've ever cried during definitely in a cinema, maybe even a movie in general. I know I bawled my eyes out when I was younger at David Tennant in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That's TV. Um, and it was Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I get
because,
that though at the end.
yeah, like it really just caught me off guard completely. Like I didn't think they'd show like Ghost. What's his name? I've forgotten the actor's name. Um,
Harold Ramis.
that's it. Yeah. But like when he popped up and then he had a couple little nods and winks with the other Ghostbusters, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, didn't think they go that hard. Jesus.
No. They did a good job with that, to be fair.
I, I,
And
funny enough, I watched it this evening. It was on telly, like right
oh,
before the
really?
stream started. But yeah, no, it just really caught me off guard. I think is what done
Yeah.
it.
And, I mean, the sequel to that's coming out pretty soon, like a year. I think it's end of
Yeah,
next year.
I I'm guessing it's the same cast, or are they gonna do like the old Ghostbusters again? Or
No, I think it's the same cast, I
oh, okay.
think.
I think
I
the
don't
old
know if it's been confirmed, but I think Mackenzie
mm,
Davis and all that, I think they're coming back.
do you think if the old cast would pop up again, or do you think they're done?
I don't know. I kind of hope they're done, to be honest.
Mm,
It was nice having them at the end of the last one, but I feel like they should just like now properly pass the torch on.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame, really, we didn't get more movies with them, like when they were younger and stuff.
Mm.
But
And we only got one good movie, in my opinion. I'm not big on Ghostbusters 2.
I don't mind it. That's as far as I'd go. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's fine, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I will say though, just going back to the question,
Mm,
probably one of the moments which I remember the most, and this wasn't in the cinema, this was, in the past few years that I've seen
mhm.
it. Tom Hanks' Castaway.
Oh, yeah, mhm,
It's at the end of the film. Someone says to him, how did you keep going for all of those years?
mhm.
And Tom Hanks says something like, I just kept breathing because every day you never know what's going to wash up on the shore.
Yeah,
It's something along those lines because obviously things came and they helped him out. But I just kind of think that's kind of like a good lesson for
yeah,
life. If you're going through something, you
mhm,
don't know what tomorrow will bring.
yeah.
It's
No,
just
that's
kind of
fair,
everything.
yeah, I get and to be fair, beautiful movie as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
it's a great film.
I gotta admit, when he's shouting Wilson to that ball man, I could I
Yeah.
could I could feel my heart going a bit. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Great film.
I've just finished watching Breaking Bad, really love it. Which one do you prefer, Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul?
It's no competition for me. I love Better Call Saul,
Mm.
but Breaking Bad to me is still the best TV show ever.
Yeah, I think Breaking Bad's the one I prefer, but I don't know, man. Better Call Saul is only like a niche behind it, I think.
Yeah. I think especially season 4 and 5, I think were the best for Better Call Saul. I
Mm.
I wasn't crazy about the last season of Better Call Saul. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think
Mhm.
it ended really well.
Yeah,
Like when they went, when they did the kind of after the events of Breaking Bad. I think I loved all of that, but most of the first half of the season was just Jimmy or Sol and Kim basically just
yeah.
playing pranks on Howard, which I didn't find too interesting.
That's fair. I must admit, the first two seasons of Better Call Saul, I didn't love, but but to be fair, I was a bit like that with Breaking Bad. To be fair, like the first two seasons of that, didn't
Oh,
love
fair
it.
enough. I love it from the get-go,
Yeah, I
but
do really like it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's
mhm,
still very entertaining. But yeah, no, there's such great shows, and of course, El Camino as well. Fantastic.
yeah, I like El Camino, it's good.
Um, saw the Night House last year, and really enjoyed the vibe I got from it. So, do you have any David Buckner filmography film recommendations? David Buckner.
I'm just having a look. I haven't seen The Night House, although I have heard it's pretty good.
Hmm.
Oh, he's just done, the new Hellraiser, apparently.
Oh, I've seen that.
Reading through credits. Yeah.
Do you know what? I didn't mind the new Hellraiser. I thought it was okay. Like it started off really slow, and I was like, "Oh no, this isn't good." But then I like that it embraced the weird, wacky side of it all.
Mhm. Well, yeah, I haven't seen it. According to his IMDb credits, he's movie-wise, he's barely got anything. He's got the
Really?
first VHS film,
No,
um,
okay.
which
Mhm.
I haven't seen, and then the 2 that we've mentioned really, so
Oh, fair enough.
can't say much on him.
No. Oh well. Hey, I mean, yeah, I haven't seen the Night House, but either. But yeah, I thought the new Hellraiser was decent.
Mhm.
Um, agree. The Kill Bills being overrated. Feel very slow. Time. Wait. Feel like every time I watch them, I think less of them.
Mhm.
Even though I still like them mostly. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I say I do really like the Kill Bill films, but
Yeah.
they're just not the ones that grip me the most with
Yeah.
Tarantino.
No. Nor me, but I do like them a lot. It's been a long time since I've
Mm,
watched them.
yeah,
I remember liking the second one a little bit more, which I think most people prefer the first one because 'cause it's got more action.
I think
I seem to remember the second one.
I think I preferred the first one, but
Mm.
there's really not much in it for me.
Yeah.
They're both, Tarantino even looks at them as one film. He was
Yeah.
just forced to cut them in half, really, weren't
Mhm.
they? Um,
Yeah, because technically, if he's got 10 films already, and he said he was only doing 10, but
yeah,
obviously he only counts Kill Bill as 1.
I mean that's fair enough because I mean to be honest, you can't watch one and then not put the second one on.
Yeah. No, it'd be a bit weird.
But carrying on with Tarantino, a very interesting comment here from Mr. Tin and Sonic. I think every Tarantino film is overrated. I don't like his style of filmmaking at all. He gives the impression he is the best, but far from it. Way too cocky for my liking. Yeah, but I think again that's fair enough. But I think again it's separating the person with the films, because it's like I was saying earlier, I really don't like the way James Cameron's coming across at the minute.
Yeah.
I still really like the movies I've seen from him.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. But I guess maybe he's saying that Tarantino kind of feels like he's, better than he is, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, when this comment came up, the first thing that I thought of is, because I don't agree with this, I love
mm,
Tarantino, but the first thing that I thought of was that's how I feel about Christopher Nolan nowadays.
yeah, and I agree. That's yeah,
Because
I feel that. Mm,
Tenant, the filmmaking in that was way too cocky. Like, I feel like Christopher Nolan thinks that he's better than he is nowadays.
absolutely, I completely agree with that. Yep, that's a very fair point. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, no, that's all very fair for
Yeah,
sure.
it's each to their own. We all like different things,
Of
but I
yeah,
do love
of course.
Tarantino.
Yeah, no, but he is a very cocky bloke though. I could
Yeah,
completely see where Tin and Sonic's coming from here. I've seen many clips of him being very cocky.
yeah. And it's like how he's all, "I'm only going to make 10 films so that I have a solid filmography and I don't have a bad film." And I'm like, "Well, mate, you made Death Proof, so."
Yeah, I'd love to hear what he has to say on that. It's funny because he never talks about that movie, does he?
No, no.
Um, do you know that today would have been Harold Ramis? Oh, there we go.
You
Well,
mentioned him.
it would have been his 78th birthday. Oh, fair enough. Well, happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever seen Team America World Police? I've got no idea what this is.
Nope, no me. Can't help you on that one.
No. um, favorite 50s film?
I can't think of these questions off the top of my head.
A Night to Remember is one that has always stuck with me since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Um, God, it's now just remembering what came out in the 50s and what was like 40s and what
Yeah.
was. Do you know what I really
Uh,
liked? And I want to rewatch it because I gave it a 3.5 on Letterboxd, but I think it's
mhm.
worthy of more than that. I really like the original Thing movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I haven't
Really
seen
like
that
that.
one.
That's 50 something. 50. I can't see on my criteria on my premium spine. Um,
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look. I mean, the ones that jump out to me, Stanley Kubrick's Paths of Glory was really good.
all Rear Window's got to be 50s, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. Um, Speaking of which, Vertigo is really good. That's
Good one.
50s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think I'd probably go Rear Window. I think actually,
yeah. I haven't seen that film. I need to.
love that movie. I
Yeah.
love that film.
Also, Seven Samurai. Good film.
Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it.
Oh, it's really good. It's
I
really
keep
good.
waiting for like Criterion to actually put it out here in the UK. That would be lovely.
Yes, it would be very nice of them. Yeah.
Just a heads up to everyone. Got about 15 minutes left. So I think we actually are catching up with the comments. So if you got any more comments, I don't think we're super far off. No, we're not. So yeah,
Nice.
if you've got any more comments, please do let us know. Are you excited for Knives Out Glass Onion?
Very excited.
So I think you're more excited than me because you get to see it in 2 days. I'm
Yeah,
not
sorry
that
about
soon.
that, but yeah. Also, I get to see it on a nice, glorious cinema screen.
Yep, I'll be watching mine on my TV in a month's time. What a load of
Mm. I'm
bollocks.
sure it'll be worth the wait from all the reviews and that.
That's true. Although I saw the character posters today, and they put little things above their names, like above Daniel Craig's character. They put the detective, and they
Okay.
completely spoil which one of them dies on those
Oh,
character
really?
posters because they literally put above someone's name the death of the party. It's like
Oh,
great.
okay. That's a bit random then.
So don't go look at the character posters.
No, I won't. I won't. I might have a look after I've seen the film.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, it was like I was literally flicking through them. I was like, maybe it means something else. Now I looked at the other character posters and I'm like, no, they've definitely just given away who dies.
Next thing you know, they'll release more character posters and they'll write the murderer.
Yeah, put a big X on the ones that die.
Yeah. Oh dear.
What's your ranking of the Harry Potter films, excluding the Fantastic Beasts films? Oh, I don't know. That's a tricky one. Could you do
Yeah.
that off the top of your head? 8 films?
I mean, I do have a ranking on my Letterboxd. I
Mm,
don't know if I can do it off the top of my head. I would say the last one, Deathly Hallows Part 2, is my favorite.
yeah.
Then
Mine's
probably Goblet of Fire, then Prisoner of Azkaban. Then I
yeah.
don't know about the rest.
I love Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, and Philosopher's Stone. I think are my top 3.
Fair
I
enough.
think. But yeah. Anyway, I could go look at my Letterboxd and Goblet of Fire would be dead last and be like, what? I haven't ranked them in a while, so
Well, if anyone's curious, find us on Letterboxd.
yes, exactly. What are some of your top 5 favorite TV shows that you love watching on repeat and never get bored of? Ooh, well, maybe don't have to do 5, but if you like, what are some that always go back to?
Well, my top 5 TV shows I do watch all the time, which are Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones,
Mhm,
Lucifer, Doctor Who, and Entourage. They're my top
mhm.
5 shows. So
I
I
got
love
one
watching
of
them all the
those.
time.
I go with one of those, like a Doctor Who, definitely. See, when my rewatching is more switch off stuff, so I have like Doctor Who, The
Mhm.
Office, the US Office, um, Clone Wars. Always put Clone Wars on, but actually, Game of Thrones probably there. I have been rewatching that, so I'll chuck that in. What would I do as a 5th show? I don't actually know. No, I don't actually know what I do for a 5th show. Oh, Black Sails. I've watched that for a few times. I really
Yeah,
like
that
that
sounds good. Yeah.
show. Had someone else here. Keep the kettle on. Where's your channel? Where's Alex? Where's your channel?
Go back and watch the earlier stream. I've addressed it twice.
um, most annoying thing a date did during a movie. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean,
Mm,
I've only really been to the cinema with people that I've been in, like, proper relationships with, like,
yeah.
in terms of date-wise, so I
Mhm.
don't know. If they did something annoying during the cinema, they wouldn't be getting a second date.
No. I mean, I've been on 2 dates to the cinema, and one of them was to see Coco, actually, and it was just constant. I wonder who that is. Who's that? Why has that happened? It's like, I'm watching the film with you. I don't know. It's like, I'm learning as well here.
Yeah. People I thi a lot of people do that in general, and I'm like,
They
"I don't know, I'm watching it for the first time too."
I wouldn't care at home, but yeah, just like, shh.
Yeah, yeah, in the cinema, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I don't mind an odd comment here or there in the cinema, but it was honestly constant.
Mm. I mean, I've been on dates where other people around me have been annoying, but not specifically the person that I'm with.
Mm, yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Happen. I feel like everyone's had a couple gone to the cinema, not necessarily on a date, but with someone who
Mm.
like annoys, who can be a bit annoying.
Yeah, yeah, well, I've been to the cinema with people in general, not specifically dates, but just
Mhm.
people in general who talk, and I'm like, "This isn't why I've come to the cinema with you."
Yeah. Oh dear. Um, this is an interesting one. I agree with Alex that Blonde is one of the best films of the year. James wasn't impressed. Why? Hey, I gave it a 3.5. Like, that's
Yeah,
not bad.
no,
Out
that's
of
not
5. Out of 5.
yeah, that's not bad at all.
No, I didn't mind it at all. I think even in my like when I done my monthly roundup, I said I'd give it like a 7 or maybe
Mm,
even a 7.5. So
mhm,
I didn't dislike it.
mm. I think this is one of the problems with film fans in general, and I'm not saying that David's doing this,
Mm,
but a lot of times people online I see, if you don't give something like 5 stars, it's,
yeah,
"Why did you hate it?"
yeah.
Oh, 3.5 is out of 5 is a good score.
That's it. For me, I like for me, like 2.5 is like middle of the road. So anything
Mm,
below that is bad, and anything above that is good. That's
yeah,
sort of the way I look at it.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much the same. You know,
Yeah.
2.5's middle of the road, and I would say anything that I give, like, 3 stars and above, I would say is kind of legitimately a good film.
Yeah, absolutely. Like to me, three's like good, innocent fun, doesn't do anything
Yeah.
great, and then like 3.5's bit more impressive, and
Mhm.
then four's where you're at the real good stuff for
Yeah.
me.
But I do know in general, I know I did prefer Blonde a lot more because I
Mhm.
gave it, like, 4.5. I loved it.
Yeah, I remember to be fair, because I remember seeing all these mixed reviews. Like I've seen some like it was just like some people giving it like 4.5's, five, and then there were people on like ones, and I was like,
Yeah.
the letterbox scoring thing was like like you see the average
Mhm.
of what people are rating it. It's one of those where it was like almost like a dead line across. Like
Yeah.
it got every range of
Yeah.
reviews.
I mean, I kind of get the controversy, but at the same time, they weren't making a documentary, they were making a fictional film.
Yeah,
I think if they just put a statement at the start of the film saying, "This is completely fictional," I don't think
yeah.
people would have as big of a problem with it.
No, no, absolutely. It's yeah, it's a weird one. I get why people are upset, but then like I completely agree with what you've just said as well. So
Mhm.
it's a weird one.
Yeah. I just think the f I think I wrote this in my Letterboxd review. Aside from The Batman, I think Blonde is probably the best made film of the year, which is, I
Okay.
think, why I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Hey, I mean, it was a very well made film, very
Mhm.
creative for sure. Um, what movie? I'm guessing maybe that was meant to be maybe movie and TV franchise. Oh, movie franchise or TV show. Do you wish you could erase your memory and rewatch it again for the first time? Ooh.
That's an interesting question.
Hmm. I
I
wouldn't
don't
want to
know.
do Star Wars because I feel like I wouldn't want to lose that love for it that I've had
Yeah.
since a child.
Well, I mean, basically the same because my first thought was, "Oh, Star Wars," but then, like,
Mm.
I've got a lot of memories, watching that as a kid,
Yeah,
so I don't
exactly.
think I would.
Yeah. I feel like I could
Me
do a more recent one.
Yeah, maybe I mean, yeah, maybe Lord of the Rings, but that's kind of the same for me.
See, I
It'd be cool to watch them again, I guess.
yeah, I could get away with that because I only watched Lord of the Rings for the first. Well, it would have been nearly 10 years ago now, but like, I didn't watch them when I was super young, so I don't have
Mhm.
that. Um, maybe like Rocky because I watched that for the first time 3 years ago, I think now, and I had
Yeah,
such a blast watching them. Like after everyone finished, I was like, oh, I gotta watch the next one.
yeah, yeah, Rock is good. Honestly, maybe the MCU might be cool.
I feel like I'd get. I don't know. I feel like it's so deep the MCU now. There's so much. I don't know if I get
Nowadays,
halfway through and be like, okay, that's enough for a while.
yeah. Maybe just the Infinity Saga. If I
That's
could
true.
just kind of
Yeah,
erase that and just watch that again for the first time, kind of, in one go, that would be
yeah.
quite cool.
That's that. Yeah, I think that I could definitely agree with.
Mhm.
The whole MCU now with all the TV shows and stuff. I feel like
Yeah,
I'd get through the Infinity Saga and I'd run out of steam with it.
yeah. Well, like, in terms of kind of hours and that, Phase 4 was, like, twice the length of Phase 1, 2, and 3 combined.
I know it's
It's mad.
ridiculous.
And it's not even mostly good now, it's quantity over quality they're doing.
100%, 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed a large portion of Phase Four,
Yeah.
but it's definitely quantity over quality, and the quality has definitely dropped for the most part.
Yeah, 'cause I've enjoyed most things, but
Yeah,
I haven't loved many things.
I think honestly the only things I've loved from this phase was WandaVision,
Mhm.
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
and Loki and Black Panther. Come close for me.
yeah, yeah.
But, um, Nolan is another who I can't get on with too. I just find both directors so overrated. Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough.
Mm.
Nolan, I didn't see it until Tenet, but Tenet really opened my eyes
Yeah,
as to how big-headed that man
yeah,
is.
yeah, me too. Um, yeah, I mean, I for the longest time, I didn't really like Interstellar until I
Mm.
went back to it recently, and now I love it.
I
Um,
think that's my favorite of his, you know. I adore that movie.
I've no it's funny, it went from, like, second worst to, like,
Mm,
second best on my
yeah,
ranking. It's mad, but yeah, I love it now. Um, but yeah, Tenant was
yeah.
not great.
No, going back to Interstellar though, funny enough, I didn't like that much on first watch. Or well, I liked it, but it was like I was like kind of a whatever film for me. And
Yeah,
then second watch, it just all of a sudden it's like I clicked with it. So
yeah,
I get it.
yeah. But in a way, I feel like Interstellar, especially with the ending, I think that's where his like cocky phase began, and then it just kind of. I mean, then he did Dunkirk, which I like. Not many people have that as his best though, and then he
Mm,
did Tenant. So I
yeah,
don't think he's going through his best phase now, but hopefully Oppenheimer's good.
I'm really hoping this one's better than Tenet
Yeah.
because I'm not super excited for it because of Tenet.
Mm.
But if this one's good, then hopefully I can get more energized for more Nolan movies.
Yeah, definitely. I think Oppenheimer's kind of a make or break for him for this kind of phase of his career. If it's
Mhm.
if it's good, if it's really good, then people are kind of forgiven for Tenant. And if
Yeah,
it's bad or, just not as good as a lot of his films, then I think people will be like, "Oh, Nolan's past it."
yeah, I think you're right now. I really do.
Mm.
This is a very interesting question here. If you could live in any movie TV universe, which one would it be and why?
Mhm.
Sausage Party.
Okay.
um. Oh no. I'd like to say Star Wars because it's so cool, but I feel
Yeah.
like I'd die.
That's the thing. A lot of these universes, do we
Yeah,
actually stand a chance in them? We need
exactly.
we need like a nice peaceful universe where
Yeah,
nothing bad happens.
put me in I don't know. What's Downton Abbey or something. I feel like that all they do
Yeah,
is talk in that. I'll be fine.
yeah, talking where the worst thing in an episode is, "Oh, no, we've got no hot water for our
Yeah.
tea party."
Oh dear, it's funny because it's
Um,
true.
maybe I mean, maybe just because of the magical element, maybe Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'd still
Harry
die in
Potter.
there. I'd still die.
Yeah, Voldemort will come after you.
Yeah, I'll just walk into a room and be like, load of Death Eaters and be like, "Oh, of course, kill me." I'm done.
Avada Kedavra.
Yeah. Um, oh, I don't know. As long as like, oh, I'd love to go to like the Peaky Blinders world, but again, I feel like I'd die in that as well. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with Peaky Blinders, but I definitely wouldn't survive it.
Mhm.
Criterion won't be putting Seven Samurai out in the UK anymore, soon as the BFI has the rights to the majority of Bada's filmography. Um, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because you could actually, because I have tried to look at where I can get Seven Samurai before, and it's like a 4-pack BFI thing you can get of that filmmaker's stuff, isn't it? And even that's gone up in price now. So,
Yeah,
but anyway,
maybe one day. You never know.
yeah. 50s is one of the best decades in film, in my opinion. Check out The Man Escaped and Billy Wilder's films. Actually, I think on my letterbox, like where it says your favorite decades.
Mm.
I think the 50s is my highest rated decade for
Oh,
films.
really?
I think so. It's that or the 60s.
Mm.
But
But then I guess it's, because I'm just gonna presume, like, I haven't seen, nearly as many 50s as, like, 80s films.
no, that's very
So,
true. Like
maybe we've just seen the classics.
the 2010s and 2020s, I never get in there because like this year I'm up to like 120 films.
Mhm.
And while there are like my top 20 are as good as some of the best films saw that come out in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. Um, I've also seen a lot of shit this year.
Yeah.
Right, I haven't watched many of the shit ones from the 50s.
No.
And I'm
And
sure there probably are some shit ones from the 50s
yeah.
still.
And because the 50s was so long ago, we don't really hear about the shit films, we just hear about the classics now.
And finding the shit ones as well. Like, they're not
Yeah,
gonna be put out on Blu-ray now. You've gotta
yeah,
go hunting for them types of films. It's like, I decided to watch every Marvel film recently, and it's like, I thought, I'm gonna start with Captain America, and finding those bloody 79 Captain America films, 1979,
yeah,
nightmare on the internet, like, because
I can
obviously there's no
imagine.
physical release.
No, I can imagine. And it's like I saw, Tarantino said recently that this is one of the worst times in Hollywood history.
Mm,
But in like we can say that now because we're living through it and we know some of the crap that comes out. But I
yeah.
feel like in, 30, 40, 50 years, people will just look back to this era and just think of the classics, really.
Absolutely. Like, I don't like it when people put this era of films down. Some of the blockbusters are very generic,
Mhm.
admittedly, And there is a lot of shit that comes out on things like Netflix and stuff. But I mean, look at this year. We've had some incredible movies still.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, I think we'll wrap things up there because it's 9 o'clock. We nearly got to the bottom. We were very nearly successful.
Nice.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on, Alex. I would love to say go subscribe to him, but he's not doing YouTube in a minute.
maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Maybe the next one.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, go give him a follow on Letterboxd. Go do that.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on, Alex. As always,
Yeah, no problem.
Been an absolute pleasure to finally catch up with you.
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's always fun doing these, and the
Yeah.
time's just flown like we knew it would.
Absolutely. No, when I come back to do season 3 of these streams next year, we'll get you on again because
Yeah.
it's always great to have a catch up.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for everyone else coming by, and I will be back next week. So I will see you next Monday. See you later, everyone.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.